Welcome back everybody to another video. We're here with this Kia Rio once again, and we're doing a valve cover gasket. I'm gonna go through step by step, show you how to do it, save you some money. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get into it. Step one, pop your hood. Take off the driver's side wheel so we can get into the wheel well and get to the crank pulley that way. Here's the valve cover I'm using. It's Victor Reigns 15-10104-01, and it comes with your spark plug hole seals. Comes with the half moons, which you're gonna need, right? And then it comes with the gasket, everything you need to do the valve cover. To remove the valve cover, we got all kinds of stuff in the way, right? So we got wiring harness, we got coils, we got two top bolts from the timing cover, and we have just some connectors over here in the way. So first things first, we need to remove all the coils. We need to remove the hardware for this wiring harness. These are 8mm, so you remove these with an 8mm. And then the coils are 10mm. You got 4 coils. The coils themselves have little push clips, so you push the little tab, wiggle, and remove. So see that little push tab there? You're gonna squeeze this, and then that little tab on the inside opens up, and then you can pull it off of the coil. We have a couple vacuum lines that you need to remove. We have this one. You just take a pair of needle nose pliers or any pliers, squeeze that, the clamp will come off. And then we have another one here. You're probably gonna have to wiggle this because if it's old, it's probably seized. So you're probably gonna have to wiggle it to break it loose before you pull. Don't just try to pull this off. It's probably stuck, like this one's stuck. So I'm gonna have to sit here, wiggle this until it breaks free from the nipple. Use a 10mm. We need to remove these top 2 bolts because they go into the valve cover here. All right, for the valve cover now, to remove it, we have 10mm bolts all the way around. So we're gonna have to go all the way around. There's one in there I'm gonna have to use a wobbly socket for. And I'm gonna have to obviously move this harness out of the way, but you see they're pretty much everywhere. So go all the way around now, removing those. This part here can make and break the valve cover. So what you're going to do is use like a panel popper, and you're going to go in here and you're going to twist like this. Slowly, you're going to hear little cracking sounds while it's breaking loose, and you're going to do it as much as possible, and then you're slowly going to lift it up because you don't want to have where you just pry in one spot and then you break this, because then if you break this, you're screwed and you got to buy a new valve cover. You're going to have a bunch of dirt everywhere. You might as well check the timing stuff here, make sure that's nice and tight. You're going to have a bunch of dirt, so you're going to take a razor blade and you're going to brush it off to the outside of the engine. I'm going to show an example here. You take the blade, you want it flat, and you're going to come off. And then you're going to wipe it on a rag. And then you come over here and you're going to go off. See all that? You're going to wipe it on a rag. And you're going to go all the way around until all the junk is off. Use a flathead or whatever tools you have. There's a half moon here you need to pop out, and a half moon over here we need to pop out. The new kit comes with the new gasket, so we're going to put the new one in. The factory half moons are actually made out of metal, which is probably why they leak, because depending on how it's installed, you see the RTV squished out a bunch, so then oil can bypass any of these spots where the RTV is not connected, where the rubber one is mushed in there. And I'm still going to put RTV, but the rubber itself will help seal. Alright, make sure it's all as clean as you can get it. I got a little bit more cleaning to do here. I can't really do a whole lot without scoring the aluminum, so but make sure use some brake cleaner. You want none of this surface to have oil on it because we need to put RTV in the corners here, here, here and there. And then obviously we need to RTV in the little rubber pucks a little bit. Grab some brake cleaner and a nylon brush, because this is plastic, you can't use a wire wheel. And you're going to clean all this dirt off. And you're going to clean in the groove here, bare minimum. Get the oil out of the groove. And just make it look pretty. If your mechanic does not make this look pretty and he just chucks on a gasket and leaves all this dirt on here, you fire him immediately. We need to get these seals out here from the valve cover. So you put a big flathead, you spin it like this, pops it out, throw it away. This one I already took out, but I'm doing this with one hand. See that? And they're rock hard. And these ones, the new ones, are soft. So now I'm going to clean this out with some brake cleaner and then put the new ones in. I'm using a 32mm socket. Put the socket over like so. Use a little rubber mallet. And we're going to tap it in. Don't go crazy, just tap it in. If it's going crooked, then tap on whatever side is sticking out the most. But you want it to go in pretty much straight down. You don't want it going in cockeyed. After getting all 4 of these seals tapped in, it should be nice and flush with this. We're going to grab the gasket. The gasket has holes. The holes go over these little metal insert dowel pins. And just going to go all the way around, pressing it down. The gasket sealer I like to use, and it's really the only one I ever use, is Permatex Right Stuff. If it doesn't say this, it's the wrong stuff. So I'm going to wipe this down with some brake cleaner. I'm going to put a skim coat on the round side, and we're going to jam this into the cylinder head. You don't want to put too much on here because it's just going to squeeze out and go inside the engine. So you just want to put a skim coat on, so like I can still see the ribs. All right, we got these half moons in. Now we're going to take some of this Right Stuff. We're going to place it on the seam here and here, just a little bit. And then we're going to place some in this crack here, and this 90 degree. Then again on the seam over here and here. And then on the 90 degree here and there. Just a little dab. There we go. We got a little bit everywhere. Now we're going to grab the valve cover, lube the rings that go here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of grease on the seal so we don't nick it or rip it going onto here. If you put it on dry, you could rip it. Wiggle it on nice and easy to get it to go over these tubes. Now we're going to use a ratchet. Do not use a power tool. You're going to use a ratchet. You're going to put this hardware in little by little, and you're just going to make it touch, and then like 2 turns, and then all the way around, so that you don't put one in all the way tight and then you end up cracking the valve cover. Okay, so you're going to go put them all in hand tight, then you're going to go turn, 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 turn all the way around. As you're going around tightening all these bolts, remember they have the little metal dowels, so they will bottom out. So once it doesn't turn anymore, you're done. And just make sure you do that all the way around. I had to go in a circle like 5-6 times in order for it to be fully seated. Now go around, put these vacuum lines on, put the bolts in, put the coils in, put the harness back on, all that stuff. You're just going to reverse the steps you did to take all the top area apart. Hopefully this video helped you guys save some money and do this job yourself, putting on this valve cover gasket. If you like this video, subscribe, like, and share it. And I got more coming. There's a bunch on this car already, but there's more coming just because it's one of my normal customers. So, till next time, wrench on.